In this video I'm going to take a trip down memory lane, way back to 2005 when the Glazers first took over at Manchester United. So without further ado, let's start. The year was 2005, I remember it very well. Manchester United fans on the forecourt with pitchforks baying for the Glazers' blood. Sir Bobby Charlton gave an interview to one of the sports channels and basically gave the Glazers a recommendation. United fans were annoyed as it was without Sir Bobby Charlton adding fuel to that fire. And the barrage of abuse he got was absolutely disgusting. How dare you top Reds treat Sir Bobby Charlton with contempt, who bled and bleeds Manchester United and is a great and a legend of the club. You should be ashamed of yourselves. And I'm sure those who still hate the Glazers to this day were saying those things about Sir Bobby Charlton. Shame on you. Then one of the Glazer family went to the MUTV studios and gave an interview. And he said one of these lines, and I quote, "We can compete for signature players, and if Alex Ferguson wants a player, there's money available to go and get him or them." Now he didn't have to do that, so you got to give him credit for that. He could have easily scuttled off and not faced the music with the rest of his brothers and Malcolm Glazer, who basically was the devil, and ride into the sunset back to where they belong. But that he didn't. So I think he deserves credit for that. And I find it very hypocritical how those on Twitter who still have a go at the Glazers, you left Manchester United in the lurch when the club needed you the most. And what did you do? You went off and you created FC United, leaving Manchester United behind. And I bet you anything in the whole wide universe, you've never been back to Old Trafford since. You absolute hypocrites. You wanted the Glazers out, but you didn't do anything to get them out. You've only got yourselves to blame. And long before the Glazers took over, Peter Kenny wouldn't stump up the cash to get Ronaldinho. We could have had both Ronaldinho and Ronaldo at our disposal. And then that bald-headed you-know-what went to Chelsea and left us in the lurch and stole all our transfer targets. Ian Robben was given a tour of Old Trafford before he was supposedly going to sign, and then he went to Chelsea. They also did the same with John Elby Mikel. We agreed a fee for him, and then that snake, that parasite, that leech went to Chelsea. Yes, we did recoup money, but we wanted to play in the first place, and he made the wrong decision for me. And that meant that David Gill was sent up the ladder. Now, he might not have made those comments in 2004, that debt is the road to ruin, if Peter Kenny was still there. People forget these things, try and rewrite history. That's my catchphrase, by the way. And the Glazers have never, ever, ever interfered with team affairs. They've always let the managers do their thing. They could have easily, after Sir Alex Ferguson retired, let Moisey not spend any money because he had the champions at his disposal. But he bought Fellaini and he bought Juan Mata in January. And every company has debt. As long as you control it, everything's fine. Now the Glazers haven't put any money into the club, but I would rather them still at Manchester United than other investors who we all know about when you read the news. So that's my stance on it. And that will be controversial to some, but to me it's not controversial, it's just what I think. But I said before, I don't follow the herd. I don't do that. I have my own opinions and I'll say whatever I like. Because I've always been a Manchester United fan, and I'll always be, even if we don't win the league again, I'll still be a Man United fan. And that is what will happen. So, those who have contempt for the Glazers, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't have a problem with them. But if others do, that's your lookout. But for me, if you want the Glazers out, I will happily, if it's something that can be done and that is plausible and could work, then I'll happily oblige and help you get rid of them. But until that happens, it's stalemate.